Hi guys, and thank you so much for clicking on this video today. Today's video is going to be about a wedding guest makeup look, but first we have to have some coffee. Starting with filling in brows, and I think this is the most non-negotiable step when it comes to makeup for me is doing my brows. And it literally frames your entire face. Like when you see the before and after difference right here, it is really wild. And also because it's a longer event, I like to use a brow gel. I don't do this step every single time. It's only for longer events when I don't want my brows to budge and stay put. And then we are going to start with the second step, which is going to be underpainting. I love underpainting because it makes your blush look very natural, like you're blushing from within. And the best tool that I use for my blush application is a stippling brush. I love how it makes it look very natural and not, the poker face kind of a blush. Also, we have that little bummer to cover with concealer. So today's makeup look is going to be a challenge for me. Once we are done with our blush, I'm going to start with my foundation. I'm going to mix a little bit of my moisturizer with one pump of foundation. I literally don't remember the last time I used a foundation and a beauty blender, so this was such a fun time for me. I really enjoyed the entire process of doing my makeup. So I like to mix it and then dot it all over my face, very very thin layers. So even if you need a little bit more coverage, start with thinner layers and then try to build it up so that it looks as cakey as possible. And then I'm going to use a damp beauty blender. I do not remember how old this beauty blender is because I haven't used it in months, so I hope this does not break me out. But yeah, I really like brushes nowadays, but only for foundation. I feel a sponge does the job so much better. And once we're done blending, I'm gonna head to my concealer part. But I think first we need some more coffee because that was a lot of blending. And now we're gonna start with our concealer. So under eyes, around the nose, around the mouth, and of course blemishes and spots. You can use concealer wherever you need that extra coverage. And there's one rule that I follow is if I have to conceal any acne marks or blemish, like today I like to use my finger, but apart from that, any other places on my face like my under eyes or around the lips, I like to just use a concealer brush because that gives you a much more coverage. And yes, with that we also achieved in hiding that blemish, and I was so happy. Like literally you can tell. And yeah, then we are just gonna blend. Blending is the new cardio. The more you blend, the more flawless base you will get. I think that is the only strategy that you need to follow for a flawless base. And once everything is concealed, I'm gonna straight head onto powder. So as soon as you conceal, make sure you start powdering so that there are as little creases. And I usually like to use as little powder as possible because I don't have extremely oily skin. I have like combination, or you can say at certain places dry skin. So I use very minimal powder. And because it's a longer event, I'm gonna powder my whole face. But with whatever is left on my powder puff, I'm just gonna dab it all over my face so that it remains as matte as possible. And yes, also with that, I'm gonna go in with my first round of setting spray. Like this setting spray is glue for your face. Like this will not make your makeup go anywhere. And also I'm gonna do a second round for this one, which you'll see later on. Then we are going with a lip plumper so that my lips are nice and plump when we go in with the lipstick. And finally, the best part, eyeshadow. Today we are doing eyeshadow, so this is really fun. So first I'm starting with a very a shade which is very close to my eyelids to just prepare as a canvas. And then I'm gonna go with a little darker shade for my crease, and look at me smiling. Yeah, that shade because it's a little darker, and use it only in your crease, so it gives a very nice shadow, you can say a very nice depth and definition to your eyes. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then once that is done, I'm gonna go with the hero of the show, which is this shimmer on the center of my lids. You can go a little all over, doesn't matter. It's shimmer, you know, more is less. And yeah, that is everything I do for my eyeshadow, because that's all I know at this point in my life, but it really works for me. And then just going in with whatever was left on that brush to create a little more definition and sharpen the look. And this is the close-up of my makeup makeup tutorial. And I love to pretend like that, to be in a fancy makeup tutorial video. And finally finishing the eyes with mascara. Also I did my lower lashes, which I did not show, but just very tiny little bit on my lower lashes. This is the pack mascara. I kind of like it, but I would not like repurchase it. Just trying to show you the before and after. It's a nice mascara. And that's how the eyelashes look. And yes, some more coffee break. And finally we are heading towards the lip tint. I like to use a lip tint underneath my liquid lipstick, which is going to come on top of this, so that in case if I'm eating and it budges, there is a lip tint underneath, so it doesn't look very, very bad. And yeah, I love this lip tint. Also, can you believe it? I finished a lip tint. It's such an achievement for me. And then finally using the liquid lipstick. I really like the shade, and all the details will be there in the caption, so you can check it out. And then we're gonna go with a glow spray. So this will give you glow in 5 seconds, like literally. And then we have the second round of setting spray to make sure everything stays throughout the event. And the final makeup look is ready. We are ready. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I'll see you in my next video. Till then, bye guys. Virtual hugs.